Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have taken an old jumper and turned it into a cardigan. This was such an easy project and is also suitable for beginners as it can be hand sewn. So let's get into it. As the back of my jumper was longer than the front, I cut along the back, leaving it about ½ inch longer than the front to be able to hem it. I folded the bottom edge of the back piece up about ½ inch and pinned it in place. I then sewed where I'd pinned. If you do use a machine for this, make sure to sew slowly as the fabric is quite thick. Once I'd hemmed the bottom, I turned the jumper inside out. This jumper also had side splits that I decided to sew shut. I pinned down each side of the jumper, only where the side splits were, then sewed where I'd pinned. This is what the sides looked like once they'd been sewn shut. If you're using a regular jumper, you could start from here. With the jumper the right way round, I measured the width of it to find the midpoint. My jumper was 21 inches wide, so the midpoint was 10½ inches. I marked this measurement onto the jumper at several points, joined them with a straight line, then cut along the line. Making sure I was only cutting through the top layer of the fabric. This is how it looked. Next, I folded these edges over about ½ inch and pinned in place. This was to stop the edges from fraying. I then sewed where I'd pinned. Once it was all sewn, this is how it looked. I had these 4 buttons left over from a previous project and thought they would suit the cardigan well. I placed the first one at 2½ inches from the top and the rest were 5 inches away from each other, but you can place yours where you like. Once I was happy with where they were placed, I marked their position with chalk. I then sewed each button on by hand. I will be filming a video on how to sew buttons on in the near future. Once they were all sewn on, I needed to make the buttonholes. I did this by gathering an inch of fabric and cutting a hole with my scissors, as I couldn't use my machine to do it because the fabric was too thick and the buttons were too big. Once all the buttonholes were made, the jumper was now complete and this is how it looked. I was really happy with how the cardigan turned out, and it's a great way to reuse an old jumper to create something new. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.